If you've seen The Mandalorian, you've probably noticed that something seems really weird at first. Djarin takes blaster bolts straight to the chest like it's absolutely nothing, but then you see other Mandalorians in other shows like Rebels take shots to the exact same spot in the exact same armor, dropping from a single hit. What's going on here? Is this just lazy writing, or is there actually a real in-universe explanation for why Beskar seems so inconsistent? Well, today I'm breaking down the actual lore behind Mandalorian armor, the material quality, the coverage gaps, and why those seemingly random one-shot kills actually make complete sense when you understand what's happening. So hit that subscribe button and let's get right into it. So here's the first thing you need to understand about Beskar. It's absolutely incredible at resisting energy and heat compared to standard armor plating. But that doesn't mean that you're walking around invincible. When a blaster bolt slams into Din's chest plate, the Beskar successfully stops penetration and prevents the burning damage. But all that kinetic energy has to go somewhere, right? It transfers directly into concussive force that hammers into your ribs and internal organs. That's exactly why Din staggers back even when his armor looks completely undamaged. The plate did its job, but your body still absorbs a massive hit. Next up, and this is really important, Din's armor is the exception, not the standard everyone else is working with. His entire suit was forged from pure Beskar ingots in a traditional ritualized process by the armorer in the covert. That kind of purity is extremely rare in the current timeline. Most Mandalorians throughout history wore mixed equipment, lower grade Beskar alloys mixed with durasteel reinforcement plates or composite materials layered over their actual suits. So why would they do this? Well, because pure Beskar became incredibly scarce over centuries of conflict, and then the Empire made the situation way worse. During the Great Purge, Imperial forces bombarded Mandalore, destroying the foundries and seized whatever Beskar stockpiles that they could find. Post-Imperial survivors went completely underground and had to ration whatever heirloom plates remained. The entire supply chain that once produced near pure Beskar armor completely collapsed. What you're seeing on screen is pretty much a stratified battlefield, a small handful of warriors in pure Beskar and everyone else making do with less pure and worse Beskar alloys. Also, we need to talk about how Mandalorian armor actually works as a plate system. It's not some kind of sealed protective shell. You've got rigid Beskar covering the helmet, the chest piece, the pauldrons, vambraces, and certain shin guards. But the neck seal, armpits, inner arms, abdomen edges, thighs, and the backs of the knees, those are all flexible fabrics and soft components specifically designed for movement. They are tough materials, sure, but they're definitely not Beskar. A precise shot landing in an armpit during a jetpack ascent or threading into a thigh seam during active combat, that's going to take anyone down regardless of what era they're from or how pure their Beskar armor plates are. When you actually watch a Mandalorian drop from one hit, the camera angle usually shows the bolt impacting the fabric, not the armor. But if it does impact the armor and they still die, like in the case of Gar Saxon, that's because he's using much less pure Beskar armor. And that of course comes from centuries of overmining and completely depleting the resources and mines of Mandalore and on the moon of Concordia. Another thing to consider is that not all blaster weapons are remotely equal in output. A standard pistol bolt might splash harmlessly off a chest plate, but a heavy repeating blaster at close range compresses way more energy into the impact and can stun you directly through the armor or knock you completely off balance. Concussive weapons bypass cutting resistance entirely and attack your whole body at once. Vibroblades can pry into your armor joints using mechanical leverages. Even lightsabers, while they are resisted by Beskar, can eventually break through a joint seal with sustained pressure or prolonged concentrated cuts. Now finally, to add to the purity point, ancient Mandalorian clans preserved heirloom suits and reforged them across multiple generations, keeping high purity plates in active circulation. A warrior from an established lineage like Clan Ren can wear equipment that performs way above average because the metal itself is older, denser, more pure, and better refined through the traditional processes. In later periods, many recruits simply field whatever equipment they can source or afford. Some plates are basic durasteel, some use mixed alloys, some warriors upgrade only their chest protection while limbs and lower abdomen coverage remains soft material, and that patchwork of different types of armor creates inconsistent survivability across the battlefield. So here's what it comes down to. Din Djarin absorbs hits successfully because his coverage is comprehensive and his Beskar maintains exceptional purity. Most other Mandalorians fall faster in combat because their kits use mixed materials and less pure Beskar. So that's the real explanation behind Mandalorian armor and why the apparent inconsistencies you see on screen actually make complete sense within the lore. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.